Don't even think about playing Airsoft without these 5 tools. We haven't done one of these in a minute. Yeah.
Woo! Welcome back to the Port City Podcast, everyone. Thank you for being here.
My humble abode, my domain.
Why don't you tell them what we're doing, dude?
Hey, let me tell you
tell
what
them
we're
what that little
doing.
opening was about.
So, hey, listen. There's things in Airsoft that every Airsofter has that they don't really think about. They kind of take for granted, I guess, right? So, or as the kids say, for granted. So
They do say that.
I think it's important to remember those things and be grateful for them, but then also pass that information on to the new players, right? Some of that stuff is quality of life, for your gear, for Airsoft, for just you playing Airsoft, whatever.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff is makes you a better, makes you more effective, I guess. Some of it's just I don't know, convenient.
It's not all just about your blaster and your kit and what you're doing on the field. You need to have your self together.
Yeah. So we just wanted to go through our top 5 purchases in Airsoft in no particular order. But the 5 things that we think about that we're like, man, I am so glad we got that. Before this, I have no idea what we were doing.
Yeah. Night and day difference. Quality of life.
Yeah, for sure.
So much better.
And I think the first one is something that we haven't really taken for granted. You and I have really talked about a lot recently.
A lot.
How much we have enjoyed this. But good anti-fog solutions, right? So for both of us, it looks a little bit different, right? Isaac has the dye mask. It's a really nice. I think mostly used in paintball, but
Speed Soft. Dude.
Speed Soft.
It's getting Soft mask.
Yeah, but it's a full face mask. But it's got a double pane, double layer visor that just
does it.
Fog approaches this visor and it goes.
Yeah.
And it doesn't do anything.
The fog runs away. I've never ever had that thing fog.
Yeah. And for me, I run the X Fog. It's a pretty common thing nowadays, but
especially for Milsim players.
But it's something that a lot of new players don't really think about. It's a little contraption. I'm lucky enough that the hat that I wear that Isaac lent to me has a Velcro on the back of it. I'm about to invest in a helmet, I think. I'm about to just do the thing.
Do it, man.
Because I'm about to get a hard hat for work and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to maybe buy 2.
Yeah, do it, man. I mean, so here's
Put a little flashlight on it.
With the X Fog, right?
Yeah.
Your X Fog looks a lot more tactical, right? So you still get to wear the goggles. You still get to wear the mask, like the lower, and you get a lot more options there.
Yeah.
I'm committed to wearing a full face thing with that dye mask. So like when we went to Thunderdome, and it's continuous gameplay, and I wanted to eat a snack,
you couldn't just.
I had to.
Yeah,
up through the mask.
Because if you take your lower off, it's also your eye pro.
Right. Versus with the X Fog, you can run that into your goggles.
Mm-hmm. And then if I pull my mask down, it doesn't really do anything.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing to consider there is do you want to look more tactical or not? Because the other advantage too is the X Fog is exponentially cheaper.
Yeah.
I think if you were to, from start to finish, right? Because you had the advantage of owning the mask and stuff already.
Yeah.
If you were to buy your mask and your lower and your hat or helmet and the X Fog, you're going to come out just under the cheaper end of dye mask. So it's a little cheaper.
What does a dye mask run?
anywhere from I've seen like 140 to like 250, depending on which one you get.
So, I think about this, right? The hat that I have is, I don't know how much. It was
Probably
a
like 30
Condor. It was like
bucks.
$30, right? It's
Yeah.
got a Velcro across. It's got the
Maybe a little
Velcro, the
under.
soft part on the back. That the X-Fog has a pouch that it goes into that has the hook side, and it just goes right on the back of my hat.
Right.
So that's how I've been running it, up until now, or up until whenever I get the helmet. But if you were to get a helmet, we've seen those from anywhere from 40 to 60 on the
Yeah.
cheaper side. You think about that, the X-Fog unit is about $60 for the unit and the accessory kit.
Sure.
And then the you have to think about the goggles too. If the goggles that you have aren't compatible and
Usually
can't be modified,
around $30. I think $24 you can get the Valkyns.
the Valken goggles are compatible with the X-Fog unit. There's a window that you can cut out, I think, in them, and there's like a little slot that the X-Fog accessory kit has that puts the port right in the top of the goggles. But all of that comes out to roundabout, 120 to 160, maybe like 140.
If you get the helmet, yeah.
If you get the helmet, it's a little bit more expensive. I mean, that's still on the more expensive side of that. You're still coming out around the cheaper side of the dime mask.
Right.
Is, I guess, what I'm getting at. So pros and cons for me. I feel like the way that you have to run the tubes, because it mounts on the back of my hat, and then it has tubes that run around the front and then go into the goggles. Sometimes because my setup isn't compatible for the X-Fog, I've had to adapt it for the X-Fog. Sometimes those fall out.
Yeah.
So I have to be a little bit more careful, and I have to be a little bit more conscious about making sure that everything's connected and whatnot.
But I mean, if you're running a helmet setup, you can go as far as to cut and glue stuff.
You can glue stuff, zip ties, all that stuff. I have to, because mine's not mounted to a helmet, I do have to make sure that I can remove everything.
Yeah.
I've got it kind of worked out to where I can take the hat off, and it takes the whole like goggles and X-Fog and everything off at the same time, and I can kind of put it back on. And then at most, all I have to do is just reconnect the tubes if they've fallen out of the goggles. But I'm excited to get the helmet and set up my X-Fog a little bit more permanently, like actually install it, so that makes that whole process a little bit easier. But I'm a little bit nervous about the helmet because it's just so bulky, and I run everything so low profile. I'm nervous.
For me, it's the dye mask and the boonie hat. And for a while, I was a little because my dye mask is gray and red and white. So,
but you can get
it's not like, you can get camo ones.
You could even paint yours.
The one that I have is not. And so at first I was like, I don't really know if I like it. It's not really camo how I want.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's become a staple of my kit.
It definitely has.
Like every photo and video I see, I'm wearing that. I'm like, it kind of does look a little good. It kind of, in its own weird way, it fits.
It looks a little
good,
yeah.
Especially with the combo of the boonie hat.
And then when you think about how is he still so sneaky?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense
so
with the reflective visor in the woods.
It doesn't make sense, dude. He shouldn't be. It's like active camo.
Yeah, if I stand still, you can't see me.
Yeah,
that's true. How it works.
That's real.
I last time we went out, and I was not last time. The last time I took my sniper out.
Mm-hmm.
Ben walked up on me and was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah, you were completely invisible to me.
I thought he saw me. I was like, "Hey." So, those are two great options for the anti-fog, and you can go either route. And I really mean that. Like, I would 100% recommend a dye mask, but I'd also completely recommend the X-Fog. It seems like a great option. So that is. Once you spend an entire day on the field with no fog, you're going to be like, I don't know what I was doing before this. Yeah. Why would I ever play
How did
Airsoft?
I even play Airsoft before this?
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's insane.
definitely drop your money into that.
There's times where I'll be on the field and be like, dude, I'm fogging. Oh my gosh, I'm fogging. And they'll be like, oh, it's not on. And then I just turn it on. It's like, oh,
I can see.
All right, we're good.
So yeah,
even not the fog, but when you get like sweaty in there and the condensation starts building up and it starts streaking, I don't even get that anymore.
Yeah, no.
It's so great. It's so great.
So
you want to talk about the next one?
Yeah. Next up, boots or
With
shoes.
fur.
Listen, don't skimp on your boots.
Don't skimp on them.
You're gonna the difference between getting off the field and your feet killing you from how much you've stubbed your toe, or if you've rolled your ankle, or just they're uncomfortable running,
or you got shot in the top of your foot. And you're wearing mesh tennis shoes, like athletic shoes.
Crying in the fetal position.
Yeah, and you just keep like you had your foot sticking out like around a corner, and somebody with an HPA like super fast RPM like just like 15 times right into the same spot on your foot. Dude, you don't want that.
So we personally love the Vans Ultra Ranges. I
talked about these in a previous episode.
Mine are over there. I have some leather ones. Corbin's got the Gore-Tex.
Trash.
These are my favorite boots I've ever owned in my entire life. They're so comfortable, and they're so practical, and they hold up. They hold up real well on the field. I mean, I've had those for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think, having your first pair now?
So I've been wearing these pretty much every day just to kind of get them broken in, and I love them. I've been considering getting a second pair because I bought these for Airsoft.
Yeah.
I bought these specific ones for Airsoft. And I'm considering getting a second pair once I do actually start wearing these for Airsoft and they get like dirty to the point where I can't really wear them out.
Just to have some regular.
Just to have some, man.
Yeah.
And like, oh man, so worth it. I've been wearing these and I went and put on my other pair of Ultra Ranges. And I was like, oh, these feel different.
Dude. I got the high top, like the boots for Airsoft. And then I got a pair of low top ones.
That are very similar, yeah.
That are not leather, but they're like suede and Gore-Tex or something like that. And I wear those all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those shoes are my go-to almost any day of the week.
Yeah.
So highly, highly, highly recommend those. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you don't have to get that brand. There's plenty of great boots, but get yourself some nice boots.
Yeah, get yourself some boots. I mean, think about it, man. You're going to be on your feet pretty much all day. Unless you're at the table, which even then, a lot of the time we're standing up because we're getting stuff ready.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of time for sitting. So, like having a shoe that you can stand all day in is so important. And then not only are you standing all day, but then for 15, 20-ish minutes at a time, you're going to be running, crouching, standing in a spot, like maneuvering. You're going to be doing stuff. If you're playing outside, you're going to be running over rocks, branches, all that stuff. Like
really running in those things.
Oh man,
feels like running on a cloud.
You can and like a cloud on tank treads.
Yeah.
Like on tank tracks.
Yeah.
You feel like you can go over anything, and whatever you go over feels like nothing.
Feels like nothing. They're so comfortable, so durable.
Comfy.
They absorb the shock.
Yeah, everything.
Like, everything about them.
I walk everywhere, and I don't even feel like I'm walking.
That's what you want.
Yeah. So the next item on this list is not necessarily a quality of life. It is.
I feel like it is.
It is, but it's different because this is like
luxury.
Yeah.
This is a luxury
item. Reusable sound grenades.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about like the chirpy little guys. No. Like Novrich,
Airsoft grenades.
Like Novrich makes one that's a CO2 or a green gas with a little cap on it that when you throw it, it's an impact grenade that bursts. You can put some BBs in there. There's the Thunder Bee. There's like all that kind of stuff.
Thunder Bee. What's the other one?
Is Thunder Bee reusable?
Yeah. Well, so The Thunderbeat, you have to burn an entire CO2 cartridge
Yes.
and a shell every time you use it. The core is reusable. The thing is, it's much more expensive than the Novrich one because the Novrich,
true.
you're just buying a little piece of like cardboard to pop.
Yeah. Is it cardboard? Or is it that like cellophane?
It's like cardstock. It's like thick cardstock. The
Oh, okay.
Novrich one is. So I have a bunch of the old.
Could you use cellophane on that, you think?
It would probably, yeah, you could, but it would probably just explode. So the pressure on that one's a lot higher than mine. Because I have the old Airsoft Innovations sound grenades that are, I have like 3 of them
banned
that use,
everywhere.
yeah, they're like
outlawed.
Yeah, so
he's a criminal.
Yeah, I make mine out of cellophane and just cut little cellophane squares and put it on the end. But basically, it's just you're filling up the top chamber with green gas, and then on impact, a pin strikes and releases the gas into the lower chamber, which then pops the cellophane.
Yeah.
And the Novrich one is very much the same, but it uses a like thick cardstock material.
And let me tell you all something. When you are stacked up on a door and it's you and your battle buddy, and your battle buddy goes around that corner and immediately gets shot. You hear that hit, and then he sits down or whatever, leaves, walks off to respawn, and you're standing there, and all you've got in your hands is your little M4. And you're like,
dire circumstances.
Did I wind this mag? Do I have ammo in here right now? There is no greater feeling than reaching into your little pocket, into your little pouch, and pulling out this little grenade and going, and then just breaking your wrist on the corner of the door.
Yeah.
Just absolutely.
And then
boom! And then you hear
at least 3 people yell hit.
Yeah. And it's great. You just go in and then you're a hero. You've won the objective and you're good. And then they do the whole thing where your whole team gathers around and like lifts you up in the air.
Yeah, and then someone pours
Gatorade every time, and it takes like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and you're like, guys, please.
We can't do this every time. We have to play Airsoft.
Yeah, we have to play Airsoft.
There's so much money being spent on Gatorade. And it's great. It's a great feeling just being able to do that, and it is a luxury. So
it's not required at all.
Not required.
But I will say this: I don't care who you are. If there's 3 men sitting in a corner waiting for you to peek a doorway, you're not walking out.
You're not.
You're
not.
going in and you're sacrificing yourself for the team, or you could sacrifice a little green gas and a piece of plastic.
Yeah.
Toss that bad boy in there, and now you get to push.
Yeah.
So, highly recommend getting some reusable grenades.
I'll take it one step further and say it is not only convenient, but it is also cool.
It's so cool.
To use the grenades just in general, but even the EG67s, the single-use pyro ones, we had some of those at Thunderdome. It was so much fun.
Dude, I love rolling them because they're round. Yeah. I'll roll them across the tile.
I just love the and then it starts sparking in
and
the
you're
hand.
Like, oh, God, throw it.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
So even the non-reusable ones, if you have the money and you want to blow it, buy like $100 worth of EG67s and take them to your local field.
Fun.
So much fun. Just scare the crap out of all the airsofters.
So loud.
So loud.
The Thunderbees are loud too.
Yeah, they are.
So, all right. Why don't you tell them about this next one?
Dude,
this one is big.
This one was huge. So when you first start out playing Airsoft, man, a lot of the time, so a lot of blaster packages come with one of those like small stick speed loaders, like the 90 round capacity little guys, and you're sitting there, you've got your first mid cap. Cause like I think about like Shay, he got his Trident, and it came with like a nice EMG mid cap.
Yeah.
But I think it also came with the little stick.
Yeah.
And we call them sticky boys.
Sticky boys.
It came with a little sticky boy, and like the sitting there, and like it's a 90 round capacity sticky boy, but then the magazine is like 140 round capacity.
So,
So you do one,
you have to
and then
pump
you
the
do
whole thing.
yeah. So, you get to that point, and then I've even seen some people get like the bigger that looks like the M4 magazine.
Then those
stick
are a
loader,
step up,
and
for
those
sure.
are very much so a step up.
They've got the attached adapter, so you don't ever lose the one for your sniper pistol mags.
It is nice, and there is a place for that, and I definitely have one, and I use it every week that we go play. But there is nothing that beats the Odin, speed loader, the big like 300 round capacity like tub. You slam a freaking M4 mag in there, and you just
dude.
till that thing don't crank no more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then you do that twice or 2 more times before you have to fill the thing up again.
It is really nice.
The problem that we ran into once we started running AK platforms was that it doesn't accept the AK magazine.
It's for M4
It's
mag.
for M4 magazine specifically, but technology and the internet
Thank
exists.
the Lord for Evike Matt.
Yeah. There are AK adapters for those speed loaders, for the Odin speed loaders.
I think it was like $12 on Evike.
It was nothing at all.
Worth.
And because we got the M4 platforms and the mid caps and everything set up, and then we started running the AKs.
Yeah.
And we were like taking 10 minutes to load up our mags every time.
Way
I would
too
run
long.
through like 4 or 5 magazines per game, and I'd have to be there. Like my thumbs were getting tired, dude. I
Yeah.
was like switching fingers. I was
Yeah.
doing it with my pinky at one point.
Yeah. It's rough.
It was nuts. And then I was like, there's got to be an adapter or something.
Yeah. And there was.
There was.
And you were right.
Mhm.
And it exists. And
It
we have
exists.
it.
We do
and
have it.
You should too.
Yeah. Definitely worth it, especially if you get that Odin speed loader. There's no reason not to. And it's $12 more to just get that, especially if you love running AK platforms. It takes you 45 seconds to load up like
So
5
fast.
mags.
It's like 4 little lines and then you're done.
It's so fast.
The only thing better is that $4,000 automatic reservoir loader.
Oh, dude. And then you just like shove a magazine in
like
and
the way that
loads
it works is it's just this big
tub.
thing.
Yeah.
You pour BBs in and then it's just automated. You just put the mag upside down and it just and it'll like tell you how many it's putting in there.
Crazy.
But again,
Love technology.
4,000. It's like $2,000.
Hey, maybe one day.
It's too much.
Maybe one
Too
day
much
we'll get
money.
that.
If we ever like get a milsim team that's like going to ops,
I
sure.
would do that for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, we all pitch in a few hundred.
Mhm. Carry it to the ready room or to the I guess respawn area.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So the last thing on here
The
is
last
also
thing.
this is more so for me than it is for you, but it also benefits just
Everyone.
in general.
The last thing on here. Go to Sam's Club.
Go
Just
there.
Go to Sam's Club.
Even if you don't have
right
a
now.
membership, just
Just
fight the
show up.
security guard.
Show up.
There's actually a rule: if you fight the Sam's Club security guard and you win, they have to let you in.
They have to give you a membership.
They do. It's not true. Don't do it. Don't do
that.
it.
We
Don't do
didn't
it.
tell
Don't
you
do
to
it. We
do
didn't
that.
tell you to do that. Don't do it.
But go to Sam's Club, buy yourself a beach canopy. The little, like you see them out when people are doing cookout, and it's literally just a
Tailgate.
tent with just the top.
A 10 by 10, 12 by 12, 16 by 16, whatever you got.
want.
10 by 16, whatever.
Canopy. Keep the sun. Now, obviously, if you play indoors, this doesn't matter.
doesn't
But
really
for
matter, yeah,
being at an outdoor field where the ready room is just picnic tables in the lot,
Some under a tree, some not. It's the Wild
that
West, dude. And
tent-
if you're not there at 9
think about
a.m.
it. Think about it. That tent keeps all of your gear out of the sun.
We've
all
got
your-
battery
all
backups.
your batteries out of the
all
sun,
that
all your
stuff.
food out of the sun, the
Mhm.
cooler out of the sun. If it's raining, it keeps rain off of your gear. We take a little battery backup that's got a wall port on it, and we plug in a little fan and hang it from the canopy.
So we've got a fan going in our tent, dude. It is the spot.
It's luxury.
It's the spot. We're gonna
It's-
hang some
it's
Christmas lights in there.
Living like Larry,
We are living like Larry.
and it's amazing.
It's glorious.
So
Yeah. The beach canopy cannot be understated.
worth the investment.
It takes 2 people, and it takes 2 minutes.
Dude, I mean, even
To
if
set up.
you could go to Goodwill, they might have one.
Yeah, honestly.
These things,
Go to
get a
Walmart.
rusted one. I don't care.
You can go to Walmart and get it.
Yeah, easy.
You don't even have to fight the dude at Sam's Club. You can go to Walmart and get it.
Easy.
Hey, there's no reason not to. So if you don't do it, you're a coward.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. You're not. That's not true.
Anything else to add about this list? I mean, these are all great items that we own and we love. So
yeah, I wouldn't. I don't. Again, I do not know what I did before.
Don't go play Airsoft with that.
Yeah, don't go play Airsoft with that.
Don't go play Airsoft without this stuff. No, you can make it work,
you
but
can
trust
definitely.
me, you're gonna find that you thoroughly enjoyed your time and are able to play Airsoft much longer without getting tired or worn out.
You can go all day.
Yeah.
Especially when it starts getting cool. It's such a good temperature outside for playing Airsoft. I'm so excited.
Dude, hey, if you're not playing Airsoft right now,
if you're not doing it right now,
this season that we call fall/winter,
you're
I don't
literally
know what you're doing.
You are wasting your most
You're trying to
years.
tell me you're waiting for it to be warm?
Are you serious?
Disgusting.
What's wrong with you?
Oh my god.
You probably stink.
Yeah. Ugh. I don't need, let's end this, dude. I don't even want to be around someone trying to play warm Airsoft.
Warm Airsoft.
I'm gonna close this out, dude.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
All right. No, but seriously, thank you guys for watching. As always, we love the support that you guys bring to the channel. Make sure to check back every Friday for new podcast episodes, as well as twice a month for our other videos like training tutorials and whatnot. You can check us out on social media. We're on Instagram, we're on Reddit, and you can also check out our merch store down in the description below. All of our links are down there. And just make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video if there's someone you think could benefit from this. But most importantly,
go play Airsoft.
I gotta get out of here, dude. This warm.
Dude, warm out.